Good morning. I'm Under Sheriff Pat Ivey, and I appreciate all of you coming to today's award ceremony. As I've mentioned, the sheriff is coming from another appointment, so he will be a little bit late. So we are here to honor the men and women of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office who have gone above and beyond their duties and provided outstanding service to our community. I want to thank the many employees of the agency, especially our supervisors, who take the time to submit nominations highlighting the hard work of our honorees, medal recipients, and citizens. Ultimately, from those recommendations, our agency's chiefs vote on the nominations to determine our employees of the month and medal recipients. We also take the time to recognize the citizens who help us with our mission. I want to thank and tell all of you, family and friends, thank you for being here too. It means a lot to the individual that's being represented and the agency that you took the time out of your busy schedules to be with us. So, to start off today's ceremony, I'd like to recognize our peer achievement honorees. What is unique about this award is that it's voted on by the employees' peers. This ribbon represents a degree of competency, excellence, or professionalism that distinguishes these individuals. So I'd like to have the following people please join me up here at the podium when I call your name. Detective David Cruz. Police Officer Morris Halyard. And Police Officer Ivan Pena. So, any of your family and friends we can recognize? David.
My wife and children.
Thank you for being here.
I have my son and Powell family friends here.
Son, raise your hand. And Powell family. Thank you for being here. Ivan.
My wife and community affairs for the last time.
Community affairs for the last time. So to call attention to this, so Ivan has a lot to celebrate. You recently celebrated a birthday.
Yes, sir.
How old?
39.
39. And he retires tomorrow with 25 years of service. So what Ivan does, Ivan works in our Community Affairs Division, International Affairs, where he helps us communicate with the Hispanic community. But in addition to that, he has, for years, how many years honor guard?
22.
22 of his 25 years. So when we pay respect and honor a fallen officer and have those type of ceremonies, Ivan has been a part of that for 22 years. So thank you. We went to the academy together, so he's the smart one, he's leaving. Thank you very much. So next, I would like to invite our June 2018 Corrections Officer of the Month, William Moore. Please join me at the podium. William. So William is assigned to work at the pretrial detention facility, also known as our jail. Today we are recognizing him for his actions that helped uncover additional information in a capital sexual battery case. Earlier this year, William was tasked with conducting lockdown during one of our shifts. While he was performing his duties that night, an inmate trusted him enough to confide in him about what was going on in that area of the jail. The inmate informed William that other individuals being housed in the dorm had plans to cause commotion if a certain inmate continued being housed in their living quarters. The individual provided further insight as to why these plans were in the works, explaining that these intentions stemmed from the charges that led to that particular inmate's arrest. That night, William conducted a thorough search of all the cells. He did not come up empty-handed. In fact, the tip led William to discover additional information regarding that particular case. William immediately notified the state attorney's office of the findings. Corrections Sergeant Joseph Weber credited William's diligence and work ethic that led to this discovery, further stating that this might be the evidence needed to help lead to a conviction in the case. William, I commend your efforts that day. It truly says a lot about your character that inmates feel comfortable enough to talk to you. I'm honored to present to you the June 2018 Corrections Officer of the Month Award. Congratulations. You have family and friends?
Yeah, my wife.
Wife?
Yeah, my family, my sister.
Who's your childhood friends?
Cameron and Kyle.
Hey. Hey, bud. Outstanding. So normally there's a community partner that partners with us and gives an extra kind of thank you to the recipients of the month awards. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to be here, but I'm sure they'll get that too. So, and if it sounded like that case was a little vague, listen to what it was. It's a capital sexual battery case, and therefore some of the details we couldn't obviously elaborate too much. So. For our next recognition of the day, I'd like to invite our 2018 Civilian Employee of the Month, Karen Nichols, to join me at the podium. And I'm really going to enjoy this one. She used to be my secretary. Yeah, she's standing up. I had to. I'm gonna get it later, but I had to. For the past 16 years, Karen has served as the secretary at our Zone 4 substation, which is located on the west side of the city. And if you live on the west side, she loves you because I have personally asked her myself to come to 501 to take additional positions, actually that involve a promotion. And she has turned me down. Well, that might mean she doesn't like me, but I've actually asked on multiple occasions, and she has turned me down. So she really enjoys where she works. For those of you that are not familiar, the substation is where our Zone 4 commander and the zone commander in that area works, and a place for patrol officers to meet for their roll calls. Today we are recognizing Karen for going above and beyond by helping train a fellow colleague who works in a different area of the agency. A little background here. In the fall of last year, we had a reconstruction in our agency, and some appointments occurred that changed leadership in various areas. With this change came a new commander in one of our 6 patrol zones. Also at the same time, a new administrative assistant started working in that particular zone. Karen was sought out by the team working in the neighboring zone for her expertise and guidance. Karen graciously volunteered to meet with her counterpart and showed her the ropes of how to effectively and efficiently run a zone. Police Lieutenant Will James said, and I quote, "Anyone who has spent any time around Karen Nichols knows that her generosity and thoughtfulness are unparalleled." Karen, I couldn't agree more. I know everyone working in Zone 4 truly appreciates you and what you do each day. I want to thank you for your dedication and professionalism, and most importantly, for helping train one of your colleagues. Congratulations on earning the Civilian Employee of the Month Award. Telling her she probably could teach me. Daughter, I know your daughter's here. Amy?
Yes.
Amy? Amy?
lot of zone 4s here.
A lot of Zone 4, so thank you all for coming. So, this award also, as I already said, has a civilian counterpart that recognizes him. And he is, I guess, one of the partial owners and president of the Outhammer Dinner Theater. His dedication is he called at 1:40 this morning to say he was sick and he wasn't gonna make it. So, but Karen will get that award to you, okay, as soon as we receive it. So next, I'd like to invite our police supervisor of the month up to the podium. Would Police Sergeant Michael Paul please join me up here? So Michael is a supervisor in the violence reduction section of the agency, and more specifically, he supervises 2 squads on the violent crimes impact team. In addition, Michael is a sworn task force officer assigned to the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, which is commonly referred to as ATF. One of the main focuses of the violent crimes impact team is to identify violent offenders and use these teams constructed of multidisciplined detectives to conduct long-term investigations and build solid, prosecutable cases to remove these violent offenders from our streets. Today, Michael is being recognized for his leadership role during a long-term firearms and narcotics investigation. At the beginning of September last year, JSO and ATF investigators began looking into the criminal activity of an individual believed to be responsible for numerous homicides in Duval County. Michael supervised this entire investigation from beginning to end and coordinated every step with our partners at ATF. This case involved countless hours of surveillance, operational coverage, and multiple meetings between those involved in the investigation. I'm not going to get into the weeds here and share too much of the investigative detail, but just to know that the 3-month investigation, the hours of surveillance, and the time spent building relationships paid off when a buy was facilitated between an undercover officer and the person of interest. The officer was able to purchase illegal narcotics and multiple firearms from this individual and his associates. In addition, the undercover officer was able to solicit participation from the individual's associates in another crime that was orchestrated by ATF personnel. In the end, 3 suspects, who were all multi-convicted felons, were arrested on numerous state and federal charges. In addition, 13 firearms, a half a pound of crack cocaine, and other narcotics were seized. A half a pound of crack cocaine is a lot of cocaine, a lot of crack. Police Lieutenant Ellis Burns said, and I quote, "This joint investigation demonstrates the partnership the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office shares with our local, state, and federal law enforcement partners, and the outstanding product that comes from the close coordination and working alongside each other." He went on to say, "Sergeant Paul is a tremendous asset to our agency." So Mike, thank you for your dedication to getting those dangerous felons off our streets and for helping make Jacksonville a better place. Keep up the great work. And I'm honored to present you the June 2018 Police Supervisor of the Month Award. So, the Police Supervisor of the Month Award is sponsored by Steinmar, and we have Kim Birdie.
Good morning. Good morning. On behalf of Steinmar, I'd like to say thank you very much and congratulations on a job well done.
Family, friends?
Yes, my wife is here, Angie, and then I have some of the people on my squad here, and Lieutenant Burns is here.
Okay, so wife, thank you for coming. Co-workers, where you at? Man, they done disowned you real quick. Because he's disowned you. Yeah. Thank you for coming. So our mission statement here at JSO continues to be to serve and protect in partnership with our community. This is more than just a statement, but a call to action for every employee here at JSO to strive for each and every day. I truly believe that we cannot do our job without the help of the citizens in our community. Our next few awards are being presented to citizens in our community who have aided us with our mission. I'm going to begin by telling you how Megan Zimmerly earned this honor. Megan, could you join me? Today we are recognizing Megan for helping a fellow member of the community. In October of last year, Megan was out for a run on the Riverwalk and observed a woman standing outside of the safety railing. Megan spoke with the woman and learned that she was battling a drug addiction. Following the exchange, the woman walked off the bank into the river. Megan quickly called and reported the incident to a JSO officer. Shortly after, Megan observed the victim was struggling to keep herself afloat in the water. Instead of waiting for help to arrive, Megan made the selfless decision to enter the St. Johns River in an attempt to save the woman's life. While swimming out to the individual, Megan observed a large piece of wood floating in the water, and she used this to help in the rescue mission. Megan got the victim onto the wood and used it as a flotation device. Upon arrival, a JSO officer and JFRD battalion chief also entered the water and helped Megan bring the individual to dry land. Police Sergeant Paul Buda said, and I quote, "Without the quick thinking and selfless acts of Ms. Zimmerly and responding JSO and JFRD personnel, this incident went from a possible recovery of a body to the rescue of a victim." He went on to say, "There is no doubt that had Ms. Zimmerly not entered the water, the victim would have not survived the incident." Megan, I applaud your quick thinking that day. I'm honored to present you with a certificate of appreciation for a job well done. Family, friends?
My mom, my sister,
Mom, sister, raise your hand.
and then bonus sister Jamie Eason.
Love and sister? Okay, very nice. Thank you. So partnerships in the community are vital to our success. We are fortunate to have great partners and the support of many organizations throughout the city. Today, I'm honored to recognize personnel from 2 different organizations who have helped us in our mission. With the following individuals, please join me up here. Jackie Bovin and David Mahoney from Christ Church. Charles Garland from Garland Auto Transport. So Pastor Jason Cullum from Christ Church and Mike Williamson from Garland Auto Transport will also be receiving awards, but they couldn't be with us here today. So last year, we initiated a program with the goal of increasing the volume of specialized training available to our police officers. We are fortunate to have business owners and organizational leaders in our community who support our mission and work with us to provide their facilities to use as training venues. This in turn allows us to offer classes in various areas of the city, making it easier for officers working in those areas to attend. As you may have guessed, we've held classes at both Christ Church in Zone 3 and Garland Auto Transport in Zone 1. Everyone standing up here today has been instrumental in facilitating the scheduling and logistics for the classes held at their place of business. As a direct result of their efforts, officers have received additional training and specialized training on a variety of topics. I can't thank everyone enough to giving their time and resources to help us provide a central place for officers to congregate for these valuable classes. I'm honored to present you each with a certificate of appreciation. Thank you. family and friends? Jackie's husband, thank you for coming. No? And, well, we're all your family, so thank you very much. So next, I'd like to recognize individuals who have recently reached an important employment anniversary with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. So celebrating 30 years of employment with the agency, Maintenance Supervisor Frank Bass, join me at the podium. Family? Wife? Grandson, thank you for coming. Celebrating 25 years of employment with the agency, with the following employees come up. Chief George Pratt, Corrections Lieutenant Tony Rodriguez, Corrections Sergeant Patrick Johnson, Corrections Officer Kenneth Van Sant, Corrections Officer Larry Williams, and Police Officer Guilford Futch. Take a group, you want to take a group? Okay. Yours don't count. Family, friends? No? George?
My wife Marcia is here. Programs unit, stand up.
Oh, goodness, stand up.
Chaplaincy services here, stand up.
You got a serious call out. We can't come behind that.
No?
Just jail, so family by corrections intel unit here support.
And my wife,
Wife?
my sister and my son, and receiving section is scattered around here.
No. Thank you all for coming. Thank you. So as you notice, these lists get shorter, get actually bigger, I'm sorry, with less time, because a lot of people don't do 30 years, or 35 years, or 40 years. It's a testament to true dedication. So celebrating 20 years of employment with the agency, with the following employees join me at the podium. So Corrections Lieutenant Keith Krause, Corrections Officer Joanne George, Corrections Officer Richard Dean Wright, Police Sergeant James Baxley, Police Sergeant Roberto Johnson, Police Officer Dale Allen, Police Officer Stephanie Alvarez, Police Officer David Border, and Police Officer Sean Crawford. JSO family?
Yes, my sister, my daughter, my uncle, my cousin, and my nephew.
Thank you all for coming.
My husband and JSO family.
Husband, thank you for coming.
My wife and my daughter.
Wife and daughter, thank you.
My beautiful wife Sherry and JSO family.
Thank you.
Other supervisors, some of them other guys.
Okay, thank you. Stephanie? No? So 4 people, anybody? Were you still 4? Yeah, so 4, we're here for you. David?
My in-laws, Larry and Joyce Lockwood, and my littlest daughter, Taylor.
Wow, littlest daughter. Thank you for coming, y'all. So thank you. So for our next several presentations, these are going to be people that have been recently promoted within the agency. So our first honoree is currently serving as a supervisor in the Northwest area of Jacksonville with recently promoted Police Sergeant Gary Porter. Join me at the podium. Later this year, Gary will celebrate 17 years of employment with the JSO. As an officer, he had the opportunity to work in various areas of the agency. These areas include, but are not limited to, patrol, homicide, special assault unit, and the burglary unit. He also served as a member of JSO's mounted unit, and also several years in the Honor Guard also. 14. Thank you. In April of this year, Gary was promoted to the rank of Police Sergeant, and he currently is assigned to work in Zone 5. Gary, congratulations, and I wish you the best of luck in your new role. Family?
Girlfriend, parents, brother, nieces, and nephews.
Thank you for coming. For our next presentation, I'd like to ask Trina Drone to please join me at the podium. So nearly 5 years ago, Trina started working at the JSO as a corrections service counselor. Just recently, she was promoted and currently serves as the Correctional Services Supervisor at the Community Transition Center. Trina, congratulations on your promotion. I look forward to seeing what you accomplish in your new role. Thank you, that's all? Okay, thank you for coming. So I got like one award. Y'all want to see me finish it? Y'all want the man? Y'all want the sheriff? Y'all want the sheriff? Come on up. That's right, that's right.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
As our friend on the front row said, if I can't get a clap here, I ain't gonna get one anywhere, but that's true. Right. Well, listen, thank you again. Let me back up a minute. Thank you all for being here today. And I was at the Transformation Jacksonville Prayer Breakfast, and awesome event, by the way. Had committed to do that. But again, thank you for being here today. And for all the honorees, I'll be around after and to catch everybody after the ceremony. So next, though, we'd like to invite Bill LeBaron to join me at the podium. Bill? So Bill started his career with JSO in May of 2002 as a police services technician. And just last month, he was promoted to fingerprint technician supervisor. Bill, congratulations on your promotion. I wish you the best of luck in this new role. Congratulations. Do you have some family here with you? My wife, Wendy. Wife, still want standing up taking pictures. I'm a trained investigator, so I figured that out. So thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Let's give you one more round. So for our next presentation, I'd like to invite Stephanie Stradley. She is the assistant agent in charge of the local branch of the United States Secret Service. And JSO late print examiner Rachel Fobbs, who joined me at the podium. And today Stephanie's going to be presenting an award to Rochelle and for her assistance in a recent case. So I'll turn the podium over to you.
Good morning, my name is Stephanie Stradley. I am the assistant special agent in charge of the Secret Service Jacksonville field office. Back earlier this year, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office had executed a search warrant on a home, a resident suspected of selling narcotics. During that search, detectives discovered counterfeit currency, equipment to make counterfeit currency, essentially a counterfeit currency plant. So they contacted our office and agents responded. Through our North Florida Financial Crimes Task Force, we submitted hundreds of counterfeit bills and sheets of counterfeit, as well as several pieces of equipment to the JSO latent print unit. Latent print examiner Michelle Fobbs laboriously went through all of that stuff and was able to identify several suspects. This is an ongoing investigation, but due to her efforts and time, we fully anticipate federally indicting and arresting several suspects in this case. Ms. Fobbs, my staff, my boss, the special agent in charge, Neil Malofchik, couldn't be here. He's on vacation in Bermuda. Wanted to be here, but on behalf of him and the task force, I want to thank you for a job well done. We greatly appreciate your efforts.
Michelle, you have some family here with you? Just JSO family. All right, great. That's great work. Let's give her one more round of applause.